Good morning, sunshines. It is really freaking early. This is my first cup of coffee, and as you can see, I haven't had much. Oh, my goodness. I allowed myself to sleep in today. That doesn't happen very often. So it is now 7 o'clock in the morning, and I've been up for maybe a half hour ish. I don't know. Anyway, I allowed myself to sleep in because, dang, my bed felt so freaking good. Like I was just laying in there. I say sleep in. Actually, no, I woke up on time, but I chose not to get out of bed because it felt so good. So good. And have you ever had conversations with yourself like, you got things to do. You should probably get up, but my goodness, this bed feels so good. It was warm. It was snuggly. It was like holding on to me like it didn't want to let me go. So I figured, why not? I know. It's fine. It's fine. Coffee. Oh my God, give me coffee. Yes, yes. So I have a quote for you, and I want to talk about this quote because it makes sense. Now, this quote is from, man, I'm still it's getting the crusties out of my eyes. Y'all get the raw and real, okay? Welcome to Monday Morning Musings. Oh my goodness. So, for those of you who know, my favorite author of all time is R.A. Salvatore. He wrote an entire series. Well, he's written several series, but my favorite series, well, so far, is the Forgotten Realms series. Don't come at me. I know it's Dungeons and Dragons, but it's phenomenal. This quote is from him, and I want you to listen to it because it makes so much sense. It says, and I quote, "A sense of accomplishment is the most important ingredient to any rational being's formula of happiness. It is the element that builds confidence and allows us to go on to other greater tasks. It is the item that promotes a sense of self-worth that allows any person to believe there is value in life itself, that gives a sense of purpose to bolster us as we face life's unanswerable questions." That's from R.A. Salvatore. Yeah, I forgot. End quote. Let's talk about that. I just want to break it down for a minute. That one was a little bit deep, especially for a Monday morning. It was the first thing I saw when I got into my office. I like looking at quotes. Yes, Michelle got me started on this because it does set off the whole day. And when I saw this one, I was like, absolutely. So let's talk about it just real quick. A sense of accomplishment is the most important ingredient to any rational being's formula of happiness. Bam, that's mic drop right there. A sense of accomplishment. When I think of times in my life when I have been most unhappy, that's because I'm not doing anything. I don't know where I'm going. You know those times in your life where you're floundering? You don't know where you want to go. You don't know what your purpose is. You're just kind of going through the motions every single day. You go to work, you get up, you take the kids, you get up, you go to work, you get up, you take care of the kids. If you have a husband, you take care of him too, hopefully. You're doing the very basic minimum because you don't know, and maybe you don't even think about a purpose. I know you guys have heard me say several times, celebrate your wins, even if they're tiny, celebrate them because that accomplishment will push you forward. That feeling, if you allow yourself to feel accomplished for even the most minor things, it makes a huge difference. Let's move on to the rest. Let's move on to the rest. It's the element that builds confidence and allows us to go on to other greater tasks. It builds momentum. Celebrate the small wins and it builds momentum. It says, it is the item that promotes a sense of self-worth that allows any person to believe there is value in life itself and gives a sense of purpose to bolster us as we face life's unanswerable questions. Yeah. What do you think about this quote? Is there a time in your life when you feel like it was the lack of accomplishment? I've always felt like I need a purpose to be happy. No, not necessarily. I find my purpose through achievement, accomplishment, a sense of accomplishment, like I'm doing something. And some days, I remember days when just getting out of bed was massive accomplishment. Just getting in the shower was a massive accomplishment. I don't know if any of you can relate to that, but accomplishment doesn't mean you're at the pinnacle of success. Accomplishment means that you pushed through some boundaries and actually did something, even though your body and your mind was telling you, no, you can't do that. Or no, I don't feel like it. You do it anyway. You do it anyway. And that sense of, and celebrate that accomplishment, because sometimes it's damn hard. Sometimes it's hard to get out of bed. For me, it was definitely hard to get out of bed this morning. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you the last time I slept or stayed in my bed for a whole freaking hour. That's so unlike me, but I do not regret it. Do I feel accomplished? Abso-freaking-lutely, because I took time for me. That's self-care. And there is nothing wrong with that. So celebrate those little accomplishments. Give yourself the permission to be like, yeah, I did that. Even if it seems stupid to somebody else, because those somebody else's don't matter. What about you? Do you feel accomplished? Was it difficult for you to get in the shower? It has been for me. Was it difficult for you to want to eat? When I get depressed, when I get really depressed, I have a hard time eating. Everything makes me nauseated. So making myself eat is a massive accomplishment. Not all the time. I'm saying there have been times, okay, making myself go outside. I keep thinking of all these little things that haven't been an issue for a while, but definitely have been an issue. And I think to myself, I'm sitting here and I don't mean to get emotional, but I think to myself, wow, I freaking did it. I accomplished a lot when I didn't feel like I was accomplishing anything, when I didn't feel like my life was going anywhere, when I didn't feel like I was worth a damn. I actually accomplished a lot. So remove all of the excess outer bullshit about what people think accomplishment looks like, and take a serious look at yourself and be like, you know what? Today I got dinner done on time. Huzzah! I did it. It's an accomplishment. Own it. Own it. Because that gives a sense of purpose to bolster us as we face life's unanswerable questions. There's always going to be something going on. There's always, life is going to life, right? So own your accomplishments. You're a badass. Just saying.